You are now listening to the Friends of Rugby podcast. Relax your anus. Balls. Thick thighs. Camille Shat. Where's his neck? Eddie Jones. You fuck. You're listening to the FORP, the Friends of Rugby podcast, yeah? Where we work hard and we play hard.
What the fuck?
Did you like that?
That was good, actually.
Should that be the new opening?
Why did you never warn me about this mad shit?
That was good.
Oh, it's good.
It was a little spunky.
Yeah.
It's for the Euros. Yeah. Welcome to the world of rugby. Yeah.
The Euros?
Yeah.
Like the Six Nations?
No, the Europeans.
Oh,
Don't they like that shit? Is in my mind,
Yeah.
when you go to Germany, that's all the radio stations sound like that.
Like some dance music from the 90s.
Yeah, that's it. Like when you're in a Starbucks, boom, yeah, do you want some latte? Yeah. It's like that, right?
I don't know. I went to Germany once.
You've been to Germany?
Once.
Yeah. That's in my head.
I went to East Germany. It's like post-Soviet. It's pretty depressing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard Berlin's fun. I don't know.
All these like decrepit houses and people boiling vegetables outside.
Yeah, in a bin in their garden. Yeah, I don't know.
Any Germans are gonna listen to it like, what the fuck? What's
What are you
wrong with these
talking about?
guys?
We're the economic powerhouse of Europe. We don't boil potatoes in our garden. You fuck.
You know, I've been thinking like how to like progress the podcast, how to make the podcast like better, how to attract more listeners.
Germans.
Well, no, that wasn't my initial
Oh,
idea.
I thought this was the plan.
To get the Germans
We can
on.
do like a Spanish one next week.
No, but I was thinking, you know what we got to start doing is we got to start like, what do all the successful podcasts do?
Have famous guests.
Well, yeah, that too. But what would they all do?
I don't know.
Okay, you're not gonna get this.
I don't fucking
They
know.
give out health, lifestyle advice.
Oh,
Like medical advice, fitness advice. We got to start doing that. We got to start giving people like fitness and lifestyle and health advice.
but it should be rugby based.
Yeah,
or-
it'd be
or
rugby
not.
based. And we don't have to have any credentials in it or
No.
anything. And you don't need any backing. People just believe you.
We'll just make shit up.
Yeah.
But sound really confident about it.
Yeah, if you wear
Mm.
rugby shorts
Mm-hmm.
for 4 hours a day,
Yeah.
that will increase the size of your dick by 3.49%.
And the blood compression in your groin
Mm-hmm.
makes the dick size increase permanent.
Yeah.
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 I've tried that.
Boom. It totally works.
I have to
100%.
roll it up and put it in my pocket now. Been doing it for 6 months.
Yeah, see, that's how we get lists. We got to start giving out advice, and then we can put those like posts on Instagram and TikTok with the music.
Yeah.
It's like the serious music, and then you could be talking. It's like, you know, what happened to women? They're just not the same. If your wife is not baking you a fresh new rugby ball every day, is she really your wife?
That sounds like something an AI would say if you asked it to say, make up some misogynistic podcast bullshit.
But that's what they want to hear.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, you're selling me on this idea,
Yeah,
actually.
there we go.
Yeah.
That's what we'll. That's
So
what
we have
gotta-
like some emotional music,
Yeah.
a picture of Tom Hardy with smoking a cigarette in the background,
Yeah.
and then a voiceover being like,
Yeah.
if your woman isn't making your scrum cap, she's not ironing your scrum cap before every game, you haven't got yourself a woman.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
All right.
Guys will eat it up.
All right. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Do you want to give your date?
You got to warn me, though. You can't just start playing German music at the start.
I'm sorry, I just threw you a curveball.
Yeah, we
This is
fucking
part of like the excitement of the podcast.
Yeah, you say to me, okay, Frank, don't say anything. I'm just going to start. We're going to have silence. And I'm sat here going, okay, he's cool. And then all of a sudden, fucking German misogynistic advice to a dance track.
Yeah, if your wife is not baking you a fresh rugby ball every day to eat to increase your testosterone, is she really your wife?
Yeah. And if she's filling it with vegan shit,
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Mm-mm.
Your thighs are going to shrink.
Yeah.
If you've got tofu inside your baked rugby ball, it's not
Yeah.
working.
It needs to be filled with complete butter. 100% butter in that rugby ball.
Yeah, I think lard.
Yeah.
Yeah, pork lard.
Pork lard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing?
Then
Pork
you're a
lard?
man. That's how
Yeah.
you be a real man.
Yeah, pork lard baked rugby balls that are baked by a woman that you know.
All right. You want to do your part? Give the date?
Wow. Anticlimactic now, isn't it? It's fucking February 19, 2024.
There we go.
And we're a bunch of misogynists now. Welcome to the Friends of Rugby podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah. Episode 10.
The new podcast where you get all your fitness and health advice in one spot. Zero research. Zero credentials.
100% success.
100% success and facts.
Do your own research, but take our word.
Just fucking 1 million listeners like tomorrow.
Immediately. Yeah.
These guys are true, man. So,
yeah.
Little awkward weekend.
Yeah, a little bit of a quiet week, eh?
It was kind of, it felt a little unexciting.
Yeah, when you get into the Six Nations mood, this is like the day after Boxing Day.
It is.
Little hungover,
Like
your bank account's empty, you don't want to talk to anyone,
Yeah.
and here we are talking about rugby.
You're gassy from all the food you ate.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
smell disgusting. Your wife's baking you footballs instead of rugby balls. You spent all your money.
Yeah, so it's like, it was just an awkward, it was kind of like I felt, and nothing kind of exciting happened.
Yeah, nothing
I
too...
wanted some drama.
There was a lot of hammerings, actually, and they were predictable hammerings.
Yeah.
So
You want to look at the URC games?
yeah, we'll do a recap of the URC. I think that's all the recaps we're going to do. I didn't watch any French rugby. It looked like some people won and some people lost. I
never watched
I don't
any
know
of it.
enough about it. You know, I'm not slagging it off. I'm sure it's great.
I actually dabbled in some of the warm-up games for the Super Rugby.
Oh, I did. Me too. Reece Patchell.
Oh, yeah, of course,
making his
there's a
debut.
Welsh guy playing there. You're like,
Well, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, what's going on down there?
I'm excited. Fuck you. It's cool for us.
I was just like, I was kind of watching it to see where the teams were at.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like Highlanders look really good.
I was, so they beat Crusaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was reading a lot about it, and a lot of maybe salty Crusaders fans were saying this always happens pre-season.
Yeah, you can't put a bunch of heavyweight into the
warm-ups.
The warm-ups. You can never do that.
Probably
in any
not.
league.
No, I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just speculating there might be a bit of saltiness, but it's probably true as well. But yeah.
It's weird when you're watching those like Super Rugby games.
Yeah.
And there's so many tries you see that would never happen in the Northern Hemisphere.
They're not bothered by defending, are they?
It's like these fucking
They're not
just like
bothered.
all this space. Like
Yeah.
the defense is like leaving these huge gaps open.
Yeah.
And guys are just like walking in.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, what the fuck? Like I was seeing some tries. I was like, you never see that up north.
Yeah.
Like it was like Noah like spreading the seed type shit.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're like there's just fucking no one there.
There's like 3 guys at the breakdown, 20 meters, another 3 guys clumped together,
Yeah.
and then a guy on the wing maybe.
It's really odd because like when the All Blacks play, their defense is like,
It's unreal.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like they don't... when do you practice it?
I don't know. Maybe it just becomes natural.
It's natural talent. I think in Super Rugby, they know they can do it, so I'm not going to do that. I'll do it on the day. The day is internationals.
Yeah.
They don't really care about conceding tries in the regular season.
No, they don't.
And every time someone scores, they've got that look about them. It's like, oh, don't worry, we'll get one back. Don't worry, lads. Hit up. And
Yeah.
they will get one back.
Yeah, they
And
will.
They will, so they're not fucking bothered.
So I don't know. It's kind of odd to see like that's their foundation for their national team.
The set piece is always spot on. The defense is always spot on when they play for the All Blacks. But they're just not bothered.
You can always, when the All Blacks play, you can always count on
Yeah.
those things to be like rock solid.
It's annoying actually because everyone always says like, oh, the scrum of the All Blacks is going to be their weakness. It never is it?
Never is.
It's not. It's never particularly dominant. Like it's never like absolutely crushing teams.
Mm.
But it's never bad, is it?
No.
Nothing's ever bad.
The only time the All Blacks lose is their discipline's always shit,
And they don't kick for points.
and they leave points.
Yeah.
They love leaving points. Like fuck it, if it's not a try, I'm not taking it.
Yeah. If you beat the New Zealand, it's because you've pinned them and they don't know to kick for territory.
Yeah,
So
or
they just want to try and run it from every single place.
And 3 points is not in the vocabulary.
No.
Drop kick. Oh my
Disgusting 3 points. Are you serious? Like,
Not taking it.
yeah.
I'm not taking it 3
I
points.
want to run the
mate.
length of the field, score a try.
Anyways, back to the
Oh
URC.
shit, we're doing it again. All right, USC.
Yeah.
Which games did you watch?
None of them. I just went through the highlights and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just not.
you weren't
Players
bothered.
are gone. I was just. These are going to be lopsided games.
You're allowed
so,
a break. It's okay. You don't need to make.
Yeah.
Don't need to apologize.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like you can't put too much weight in these ones.
No, I think for the teams who are making a push for the title in the URC, they know they need to win, but they mostly did. So,
like, there wasn't really anything. Like the biggest upset was the Ospreys Ulster.
you think it was an upset?
Well, the Ulster should have won that game.
But it didn't.
I know.
So,
like, they have the team that should have won that game.
I think Ospreys have a good team.
How many guys are they missing for Wales?
Probably a couple more than Ulster are missing for Ireland, but I don't think it's massively different. I think that was a pretty evenly matched encounter. I think you're right, though. Ulster played badly.
Yeah.
And there was a point where Ospreys were down to 13 and Ulster really should have put the game to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I see what you're saying from there. So I think Ulster had a bad game. I think Stockdale had a bad game, and I feel bad for him because sometimes I think he's a world beater, and in other games he can't catch a ball.
Man, he hasn't been the same since like those first 2 years when he came on the scene.
Yeah, and he played when they beat the All Blacks in Chicago, was it? And he was amazing. Was that the game?
I don't know if it was Chicago. I think it was the one after that. Like a year or two after that.
Yeah, the one in Dublin then.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's just a shadow kind of.
He's just not consistent, is he?
No, which is sad because everyone thought he was going to be the shit.
The guy, yeah, because he's big. He's like George North kind of guy, isn't he? He's fast and big and strong and all the rest of it. But yeah, he's just not consistent enough, is he? But yeah, I thought Ospreys, they rode their luck. And you know, Ospreys, they kind of have this thing where they'll just win at any cost, right? They'll do anything to win, and their wins come from things like last minute drop goals and intercepts and stuff. Which was the case here. But you can't say it's all luck. Like I think they're 5 wins in a row now. So I didn't think they were going into that game thinking this is going to be a hammering. Like they probably thought we've got a good chance of winning this, and they did. And that young lad, is it Dan Edwards, their new 10? We need a fucking 10 in Wales. So if he wants to keep improving, that'd be great. But I'm not an Ospreys fan, so I'm whatever.
You know what was also shocking?
What?
That Leinster win over Benetton. Like who saw Leinster winning that? Wow.
Well, considering that's a B team,
like how did they do that?
I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
it's like they have 3 full teams.
They keep pulling rabbits out of hats, don't they? They just keep pulling rabbits out of hats. Those bastards.
All their best players are gone.
Yeah,
and they just bring in they just open the door and another best player just walks out.
Yeah, and poor Benetton, like every week they're like, oh, they're getting a little bit better. They're getting a little bit, and then no, never mind.
They're also missing a bunch of players too.
They are, yeah.
So those two team the 2 team nations, Scotland and Italy, like they'll always those 2 teams during the Six Nations will always be missing a bunch of players.
For Scotland though, they do have a lot of players playing in England who they call up, right? So with Italy, yeah, they're mostly fucked in the Six Nations period, aren't they? They just do not have the depth. So sucks to suck. I watched Cardiff Connacht as well.
Did you?
Well, yeah, I'm a Cardiff fan. That was my game.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a good win for Connacht, and I have a few thoughts about it. Connacht benefit from not having too many players in the Ireland squad.
Mm-hmm. Just like Ulster, that was the same I thought.
Yeah,
Ulster, right. That's why Ulster should have won that game.
Yeah. So they came to town. They came to Cardiff with the pretty much their first team, and Cardiff have a lot of players in the Welsh squad. Although I would say Connacht probably would feel a little disappointed they didn't play particularly well. But, they won, so, good for them. Cardiff got a red card pretty early on. But I thought Cardiff did pretty well to stay in the fight considering that team is, the youngest of the young in some cases. So, yeah, I'm a bit upset about it. But it's good to see Cardiff still selling out the stadium and the fans are really getting behind them. And they are a pretty exciting, determined team. So, as much as it's shit, I think they're going to get better. I got hope.
How many guys are they missing?
Quite a few. Thomas Williams, Cameron Winnett, Mason Grady, both props, Kieran Azarati, Domachowski. So yeah, it's pretty. Teddy Williams, Seb Davis. Yeah, quite a lot.
Looks like the most competitive game was the Stormers Sharks.
Yeah, I think with South Africa, it's getting a bit predictable now. Because Stormers didn't have the best start to the season. And now they're starting to find their form again.
They were when the box players started coming back.
Yeah,
they changed.
Yeah. It's almost like
the Sharks had a rough start too, and they're still having a rough season.
They're still having a rough season, and they've got some good Springboks in their team, haven't they? So you'd expect the Sharks to do a bit better. But yeah, both the Bulls and the Stormers won, and they're two teams I thought could win the URC. So onwards and upwards, eh? I don't want to say about the Lions. They've had a couple of decent wins. They've had a couple upsets, but that's they're not really pushing for the top spot here.
But I still think you're probably going to see a South African team and an Ireland team in the final.
I think so. Yeah.
Unless something fucking crazy happens.
It's still pretty tight, except for Leinster right at the top there. You know, like
unless they fuck it up trying to like do this dual like thing like they tried last year.
Hold back their best players so they can win the European Cup.
And then get fucked in the knockout stages in
both
the
of them. Yeah. Both of those games were close. I don't think they'll make that mistake this year. I think they'll take the URC as seriously just to prove a point, you know. So I think it'll be Leinster Stormers final.
Leinster Stormers.
Leinster maybe
Bulls.
not. Yeah, maybe Leinster Bulls actually. But yeah, I agree though. Probably. Actually, no, I couldn't discount Munster actually. Why am I discounting Munster?
Munster.
They fucking battered Scarlets. So.
Yeah, but I think in the big games, all these big games they have this year, they've always like come up short.
Yeah, they have lost a few important games, and they haven't looked as dogged. I don't know though. I think they're starting to end. You know, the engine's starting to purr a bit now.
I guess the game with a team like Munster, when it comes to like a knockout stage, it's always up in the air.
Yeah,
like they could beat in a knockout game. They can probably beat anyone.
Yeah.
So no matter what the team is, they could probably beat anyone.
They've managed to keep hold of Gavin Coombs. I think maybe some Irish people would be upset he's not in the Ireland squad, but him being consistently playing for Munster is, as long as he doesn't get injured, he's really powerful in that Munster team.
He's the Irish Zach Mercer.
He's the Irish. Yeah. He might fuck off to France.
Yeah,
if he's not careful. Yeah.
He's just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, he's playing well though.
What do I gotta do?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, in England's case, they're not exactly blessed with riches at 8, and they're not picking Zach Mercer.
No.
But in Ireland's case, the back row,
I guess there's
stacked.
way more competition.
It's stacked, isn't it? So
yeah, there's a lot more competition in there.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I feel about Cardiff. Where you got someone like Thomas Young who never has a bad game, and then you look at the Welsh back row, and we're pretty stacked in the back row, even though it's younger guys. So you understand it, and I understand it with Gavin Coombs, but with England and Zach Mercer, I'm like, why don't you just pick him? He's amazing. There's not a lot of competition there.
Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I want to talk about with the URC. Is there anything you want to bring up there?
I mean, not really. Scarlets are disappointing. Dragons
but they're missing a lot of players.
They just don't have a lot of players.
No, they took the whole team. So they got the water boy in there.
Yeah.
They were knocking on doors outside the stadium.
Yeah, and same with Dragons as well. Like, Dragons have actually donated quite a few to the cause.
Yeah.
Wainwright and Rio Dyer, Tane Basham.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not, whatever.
I know Glasgow's missing a bunch of players, too, so I was expecting this to be a little closer.
Well, Glasgow are just better than Dragons, aren't they?
I guess
That's
so.
the bottom line.
Yeah.
So, I've whatever.
And that's it.
That's kind of it.
That's it.
That's
rugby for the weekend.
That's going to be a short one today.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Rugby Friends of Rugby
Quick,
podcast.
play the German music. Let's go.
Yeah.
Some news.
You want to get into some news here?
Some news. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, our fan,
Yeah.
Levi, the Levi jeans lover,
Hashtag blaze it.
hashtag blaze
Hashtag
it,
69.
sent us an email.
Yeah.
He wanted us to talk about the jerseys. The jerseys.
The jersey controversy.
I can't believe this was honestly.
This was the most non-news story of all time, isn't it?
This was just like they were like reaching for news.
Yeah, like how can we piss off Welsh people this week?
And I couldn't believe like people like made a thing of this.
I know. I mean, part of me is thinking I want to be sympathetic to people who are colorblind. Let me give some context.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
So I read in, I think it was an Irish sports publication, that some people are angry at Wales because they're playing in their red jersey when they go to Dublin. And the colorblind spokesperson has said, this is not fair. We can't see what's going on. You know, you should play in your away kit. My first thought was, I've never seen an Ireland-Wales game where it's not green on red. So maybe I'm wrong. Probably there's been a couple. It's kind of iconic, though. And traditionally in the Six Nations, the away team play in their home kit. I understand that this year they've tried to change that so that if you're the away team, you play in the kit that helps colorblind people, or you play in your away kit, something like that. But
people were going to war about this subject.
And we've got to be careful, right? Because this is kind of the trend with social media, is like one of those headlines, people are outraged. And by people, they mean one twat on the internet.
The person that's writing the article.
Yeah. Him and two commenters.
He's just making that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So, bearing that in mind, though, I am trying to be sympathetic to someone who's colorblind and going, no, this is a genuine problem. I do want to see what's going on. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't care if they, switch out jerseys or anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think it was like, oh, we're doing this for the colorblind. That wouldn't even register mentally on me. I'd be like, oh.
As soon as kickoff happens, I don't care whether they were in their underpants. I just want to watch the rugby.
Yeah, because let's be honest, we have seen some test games where you were like, what the fuck were you guys thinking? Like when the jerseys were the kit was so similar.
Yeah.
We've seen, I can't remember, there was one not too long ago. And they were both wearing blue, I think.
Was it Scotland, France or something?
I can't remember what it was, but I think it was Ireland, Scotland or something. I swear Ireland's part. They were wearing some kind of camo-ish kind of kit. And
Ireland and Leinster love a bit of camo, don't they? It's like our strategy this year, we're going to blend in with the grass.
Yeah, Ireland has a thing about camo kit.
Yeah,
it's like
so do Leinster.
It's gross.
It's disgusting, isn't
Camo kit is the worst of the worst.
It's horrible. It's the worst pattern you can have on a sports jersey.
It is. It's like the Ed Hardy tap out shirts of fucking rugby.
Sponsored by Monster Energy.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah.
And we've seen a bunch of games where the kits were so similar, and you're like, what were you guys thinking? Like, how did you let these players go out in the field like this? Like, I'm not even colorblind, and I couldn't fucking tell what was going on.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. One in 4 or 5 dudes are colorblind.
1 in 4.
Yeah, it's high.
I know a colorblind guy.
Everyone does. I know 9.
Yeah, and I'm not making him speak on behalf of the colorblind community. If community is a weird word, whatever. So, but he says he's watched lots of rugby and doesn't ever bothered him. But I wonder if he's just saying that because he's trying to quell the controversy. And for context, he's not a Welsh person. He just watches rugby. So,
yeah, because they adapt, right? They have to adapt to.
I have no idea. All I'm trying to say is this seems blown way out of proportion, but there's a little 5% of me going, I don't know, maybe if they've got a point, I don't know. But it just seems like...
Do you care if Wales wears a different color?
No, I give a shit. It's nice to see. I like a bit of tradition, but it's not as soon as kickoff starts...
They should wear their green ones.
I'm not a big fan of the Proud Boys black and yellow polo shirt they've got going on. It's not my favorite away kit, but, as soon as they start playing, I don't give a shit,
Yeah.
They got the Fred Perrys on, whatever.
Ireland can wear a white jersey. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
I think there was something, I think Nigel Walker, the WRU chairman or whatever, was saying that they just didn't have time to change the kit in time for the request to take effect. But
is there home and away kit rules?
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, in the Six Nations, traditionally, and this is unusual in international sports, the away team wear their home kit.
Okay,
that's the tradition.
Yeah. Which is a courtesy. Man, rugby's so polite.
It is. And this comes from the fact that it was harder to bring both kits with you back in the day. Mm-hmm. So the home team will be like, don't worry, we'll play a home kick. 'Cause it's easier. We'll play our away kit. It's easier for us. We've already got it in the stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
But now this is a multi-million currency sport. I can't imagine putting an extra bag of kit on the bus is a big deal. But maybe you have to order some special embroidered ones, which take a few weeks. I don't know. Just seems slow news week,
Yeah, it sounds like if you're the type of person that's going to get upset at wearing different jerseys for the colorblind, you're just like a cuck.
You're either genuinely colorblind or it's a problem, or you're just a lunatic who wants to shout at the wall.
Yeah, if you're fucking mad that they're going to wear different colors for the colorblind, you got some deeper issues. You need some therapy, kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the names on the back of the jerseys was a big thing too for a lot of people.
Well, they can't even keep the numbers from falling off, so... No. Never mind getting the color right.
The worst part is it's the font size on these jerseys.
I couldn't read any of the Welsh names. The sponsor's 13 foot tall, and then the name at the bottom was Williams.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I was like, okay, guys, if you're gonna make this huge leap, at least put some effort into it.
Yeah, yeah. We got some teething problems with names and colors, basically, haven't we? Which is stupid considering the sport's been professional for 20 years.
Surprising how difficult some things are for rugby to do
Oh,
that like other sports just do naturally.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're poor in this international sport world, is it?
No.
They've got some money,
Yeah.
so can figure it out.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to figure out. Long story short, feel bad for colorblind people. Anyone else, don't care what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like rage bait sort
Talking
of thing.
of colorblind people,
Yeah,
Zach Mercer.
poor colorblind Zach Mercer.
I don't know if he's colorblind.
I have no idea. Probably not. Or 1 in 4, 25%.
It's a good chance.
Maybe he is.
You know what? I'll take a bet on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about him a little bit already, but I feel bad for him because he's talking about going back to France, right?
Yeah, the rumors have started. The U-turn.
Can you blame him? Came over to England. He's playing his heart out. Got a man of the match on the weekend. And
These guys are on a clock.
yeah.
Like, you can't expect him to sit around.
No, he's got maybe 5 or 6 years of good playing days if he doesn't get injured, which he probably will at some point. And you want him to like hang around at Gloucester like the bargain bin team of the Gallagher right now, except for Newcastle. But they're not going to win the championship, are they?
No.
So,
But he has been playing good. Like, he has made an argument, but I don't understand. What I don't get is like, why, like, did Borthwick just not even look at him?
I read something that he is trying to prefer people who've come through the English academy or have historically been kind of
Loyal?
Loyal maybe is the right word.
These are the people that have been loyal to the family.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
If they've been loyal to the family, they get into the team.
He's like a medieval Game of Thrones head of the house type kind of guy. It's like, you betrayed us. You can't play.
They have shed the blood on our grass. Like, what the fuck? Like,
he's a mercenary. Go back to France, dog. Like,
yeah.
whatever.
But like, to be fair though, like the guys that are in there right now, like, are doing pretty good.
I like Ben Earls.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have depth, but they haven't got the ridiculous depth of Ireland, and even Wales have more depth, I would say, in the back row than England do. But that might just be a Borthwick thing. There's not a lack of good back row players in the Gallagher. It just seems like Borthwick doesn't pick the people who
He just fucking hates back rows.
maybe.
If you're not a lock, you're not a player.
Yeah, you've got to be a fucking unit to play for England, basically, don't you? Because Ben Earls is not that mould, but he's a really good player. Zach Mercer's not the biggest 8 in the world, but he's class. So, yeah, I feel bad for him. Like, he's come back this way, and I think probably had a conversation at some point where he's like, if I come back to England, will you pick me? And someone's like, oh, yeah, we'll pick you. Yeah. And then he gets back, and there's like, yeah, but you do play for Gloucester. It's like, you know who's going to play for Gloucester. Yeah, but they're shit, though, so yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he goes back to France.
Well, Genji's in the squad. He plays for Bristol. And they've been kind of like...
They're not the best, are they?
No, they're not the best.
I think because...
I don't care. I don't think that
he's loyal, though.
team...
Genji's loyal to England.
He's loyal.
He's a loyal
He's
lad.
a leader.
Yeah, he's one of my bravest warriors.
He's one of our bravest knights.
We call him Sir Rhino. Yeah, I don't know. Poor old Zach.
I wonder where he's going to end up.
Go back to Montpellier. Have a good time there. He was
live it
fucking bursting stats wide open then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because he didn't even make that England A squad.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do it. He's a bit old for that. That's more of like a young boys thing, isn't it?
They have kind of guys all over the place in that thing.
Yeah. I think Scotland are doing that again. I think they disbanded their second tier league, and now they're just deciding to do a Scotland A squad again.
I like this idea of these A squads.
I don't hate it. It's just dependent on your resources, isn't it? Because if you're bringing players from your club sides into that A squad, you're depriving your club sides of yet more players. So someone like Wales have the least amount of registered rugby players in the Northern Hemisphere of the Tier 1 nations, right?
Yeah, but
we can't afford to do that.
Yeah, you do these in like summer tour stuff.
Yeah, but
bring like a bigger squad, and then you play like an A.
But you have to commit to fixtures. So if like Ireland or England or Scotland say they want to play you during the Six Nations international window, you have to do that as well, right? So it is a commitment, and I think it basically depends on the resources of your union. And I think Scotland feel like this is the better option for development. But I hope it doesn't deprive Glasgow and Edinburgh of players at times like, this weekend where they need them. But, whatever. We'll see how it goes. Because in Wales, we've got this new competition starting like the elite domestic competition, which has caused a little bit of drama. Don't know if you heard about that.
No, I haven't.
So I think it's a good idea. So we've got we've got the regions, and then we had the Welsh Premiership below that.
Yeah.
And historically, the clubs have kind of held the Welsh Rugby Union hostage a bit.
Yeah.
They kind of controlled the board and they controlled the resources. And I think the Welsh Rugby Union rightly are kind of taking their power away a bit. And they created the elite domestic competition. Which
is that what it's called?
Something like that. It's
the
not
elite.
It's basically, yeah, like I'm not exaggerating. I think that's what it's called. I maybe got a word wrong, but it's a bit uncreative, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's Neath, who are
the super duper rugby Welsh league.
the super duper super rugby boys. Yeah. Neath are pretty pissed off because it sounds like they were reserving a spot for Cardiff to take it, and Neath are like, no, we want in. And then the Welsh Rugby Union said, no, your plan is too ambitious for your club and you owe us a bunch of money and you're in debt, so you're not allowed in. And then Neath have come out swinging, saying, fuck you, we're fine. And they've also said they don't have a good relationship with the Ospreys, who are they're one of their feeder clubs. So it all comes back to the fact that when we create, it's just like, can we not just
need a hero? You need a shining, like you need this hero to fly into Wales, and like fix everything.
We need a Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney who fixed Wrexham to just come in and be like, here's £1 billion, sort it out, and it would fix everything immediately.
Yeah, you guys need a hero.
No, we like drama though. We like it really. Deep down, we love it.
Bring everyone together.
We're just little tribal cave dwelling
Get
people.
every single Welsh music artist and then do one of those songs together. Just hold your hands.
The whale.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Let them know it's Six Nations time.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that would actually pretty much fix it.
Do you know what's annoying me recently as well? Is I see a lot of comments online about people telling us how we're going to fix Welsh rugby coming from other countries. And it does feel like white people telling you how they're going to fix Africa a bit. You know, it's like, we know we've got problems. We're aware of that. We're trying to fix it. And you've got all these other people from other countries. You know, if you did this, it'd be a lot better. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, yeah, we know. We've got to deal with Neath first. The Live Aid of international rugby right now.
Oh my god!
But whatever, I don't care. We'll be all right. I think things are taking steps in the right direction. But I like the drama as well.
You guys need a Welsh A side.
No, we don't. We need the elite, super duper, best men in young rugby competition.
Elite rugby.
Here comes the ECD. Very excited. Yeah.
Holy fuck!
I think it's a good idea. I just wish everyone would.
When does that start?
I think next year.
Yeah.
10 clubs. Yeah.
And is it pro? Like, you guys get paid?
Yep. It's pro. And they've allocated funds to it. They don't get paid a huge amount of money, but I mean, they get paid in the Welsh Premiership, just not a huge amount.
This is a thing. It sounds like a
good thing. It is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. It's just hard to get everyone to buy into it. So a few clubs.
Cute little curry cup.
Oh, it's cute and small.
Yeah.
Well done, Wales.
Yeah.
Fixing your problems.
I'd go to games like that.
Yeah,
I would go to like small club games all the time.
That was what the
problem.
This was the problem. Like before professionalism, that's exactly what happened in Wales. People go to their little clubs and they fill out the stadium, and everyone has pints and a good time. And then the Welsh Rugby Union was like, "We're going to randomly draw lines on a map, and these are the regions, and you better support them." And people in Neath were like, "I'm not cheering for Swansea. Fuck Swansea." So, in that problem persists to this day. You know.
Well.
Yeah.
I think. We should get on to next week.
Predictions time.
Yeah, let's get on some predictions time.
I predict this will be the most predictable weekend in the Six Nations.
You think so?
Yeah, I can see 2 of the 3 results already. So let's start at the start.
Let's start at the start. Let's start at the first game.
Yeah.
Wales going over to Ireland.
Oof, rough.
How do you think this game's going to go?
I think Ireland will win. That's my prediction. I mean, you know, I'd love to say Wales will win. I just can't see it. I think what I'll be happy about is if we stay competitive in the game. I think what Gatland's done is he's created a team that don't give up, which he's always been good at.
Mm-hmm.
So if we stay in the game and we keep it 1 or 2 scores, I'll be relatively happy. And again, if we're blooding youngsters and we're seeing more development, which we have seen in the last 2 games despite losses, I'll be a happy man. What I don't want to see is discipline falling apart. And I don't want to see them giving up after 60 minutes when the subs come on, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I see Ireland winning this game.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be kind of Ireland's first real test.
You think so?
Because when they played France were kind of shell-shocked. They were kind of like not really put together really well.
Yeah.
So they kind of Ireland just were more prepared for that game.
Yeah, they were.
Right? So you didn't really kind of engage. Like, was Ireland really good or were French just shit? Right?
Yeah, and it was a contrast of 2 systems. Ireland had this really dynamic, robust system where everything feeds nicely. People get a rest before games. You know, the what they call provinces and union. They're so well aligned. They had that time to prepare properly. Whereas with France, it did feel like end of the World Cup, hangover, straight back into their club scene, then straight back into the France camp, and they just, like they just come out of the washing machine, right?
And Wales have been a team this this tournament. They've gotten better and better each game.
Yeah.
So since they've gotten better and better each game, like this third game, I think they're going to be like pretty decent. They're sorting out their kinks. They're figuring out their team. The players are figuring out each other.
Yeah.
So this is going to be hopefully, I think it's going to be a pretty good test match, and it's going to really gauge. Like, I think Ireland are going to win this game.
Yeah.
Right. But it's going to really gauge how good. I think this game will really show how good Ireland actually are, depending on the outcome of this game.
Yes, I think so. I think the problem with Wales is all the things you've said are relatively true, but the problem is we still have significant weakness at 10. We still don't really know if Johan Lloyd is the future. Sam Costello can play back from injury, but he didn't have the best game against Scotland in the first round.
But like at the same time, when you think about Costello, like, and how he didn't have that good game, who in that first half had a good game?
That's true.
No one.
And it's
right?
like they
so it doesn't really prove it. Kind of, man, it's kind of like a gamble for Gatlin, I think, because Costello didn't really get to prove himself.
Yeah,
because everyone was shit.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything to work off. There wasning anything for him to do. And then I think he went off something like what? At
it was pretty early, actually.
20 minutes, 25 minutes into the first half, right? No one's playing good.
Yeah.
So Gatlin can play Lloyd.
I would play Lloyd
because he's seen him play in the last two games. He's played pretty well.
Yeah.
Right. But we're not going to know like Costello like full potential. Right. Like if he gets into a game where his guys are playing around him and giving something to work off of, he might just come out of his shell.
And he can do that.
Is this guy?
He can do that. Right. He's a really good running 10 and he can punch holes. So yeah, maybe you start Johan Lloyd, and if things are going relatively well, you bring on Costello last quarter. But that assumes things are going well, which I don't think they will. I don't think we'll get hammered, or I hope we don't get hammered, and I would like to see it stay relatively close and stay in the fight, you know? And I think also in the scrum, I've been pleasantly surprised with Kieran Asarati, Dori Machowski as our props. Our front row isn't too bad. Like, I think it's developing nicely, but the problem is hooker. You know, if we can't win our lineouts, then we're screwed. So I don't think you can afford to play anyone but Elliot D for the full game.
Yeah, that's going to be a bad situation. Well, what's his name? Elias?
Yeah, Ryan Elias. Yeah.
Ryan Elias. He's not bad on the field.
No, he's a good ball carrier.
Yeah.
He's bigger than Elliot D. He's physical, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
His line out is shit.
And the problem is there have been periods where he's played where he's nailing lineouts, but like the last two games, he just, you know.
How old is he?
I don't know, mid late 20s. He's not super old. He's not. I would say he's in his prime in rugby years.
Yeah.
But we haven't got anyone else really. So missing Ken Owens a lot.
Yeah.
But so yeah, 10 and hooker are kind of
is
problems.
Ken Owens playing anywhere, or is he just sitting on the couch?
I think he's done.
Get him out.
He's done.
We're not ready for you to leave yet.
Come back, Sheriff.
Yeah.
The Sheriff of Carmarthen and runs onto the field with a steel chair. No, I don't.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a real test for both teams. It's going to really show how much Wales have improved.
Yep.
And it's going to show how good Ireland really are, I think, this game. This game, like the outcome of this game is going to be, for me, like how the rest of the tournament's going to go for Ireland.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if Ireland struggle in this game, there's a chance I think that like England can do a job in there.
If I was Irish, that would be my worry, is if there is any time they struggle against Wales, England are going to be going, okay, that's the weakness, that's what we exploit. And England are good at exploiting weaknesses in teams.
Yeah, because they're going to be, even though they do have like they have to take on Scotland, which that's going to be up in the air, but they're going to be watching this game,
thinking, how do we beat Ireland?
Analyzing it.
Yeah, and hope they're looking for Wales to show you how to exploit a weakness, right? Yeah, I don't think Ireland really have any glaring weaknesses. I think England will look some kind of kicking strategy. But anyway, speculating. But yeah, I think Ireland will win. And I would love to see our younger players exposed to a real test level game where they're forced to kind of play under serious pressure, and that'll be good for their futures. I'm happy for us to lose a bunch of games to learn a bunch of stuff, which is basically what's been happening. It'd be nice to get a win at some point, but I can't see it this weekend.
And Ireland have like a pretty healthy team. So like, sorry. So they don't really have any injuries per se. Like Ian Henderson's out with like a foot injury.
That's not a big deal though. He's not exactly starting lock right now, is he? So
no, Tom Ahern's like they brought him in, a kid.
Yeah,
Ollie Jaeger. Like him, and Ollie Jaeger.
The training panelists are finally making a
I would really love to see them both in this game. I don't think that Farrell would, but I'd love to see them in this game. Both those guys.
You maybe put them on the bench, and if you're winning at halftime, you let him have the last 20 minutes or something, right?
He just, man, like Farrell's got that grand slam 100%. He's the least risk taker.
Yeah.
Like he's the most calculated coach out there.
Ireland have a history of having Joe Schmidt was exactly like that.
Yeah.
And Farrell's a bit more flexible, but I would like to see him give other people a chance. But you don't want to risk a grand slam at this stage, do you?
Yeah, you don't want to risk a grand back-to-back.
Yeah. Because you've still got to play England and Scotland, who are, better than Italy and Wales.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because their tournament really picks up now. Right? So, oh man, imagine if Wales won.
Don't give me hope.
Holy fuck.
Don't give me hope.
That would shake the world up.
Don't
like
don't
everyone
let me believe.
Would be talking about it.
I've closed off my heart for now.
Fucking Biden would come out of the White House making announcements.
And he's Irish till he dies, that guy.
So like that would be a fucking like crazy outcome.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that.
I just can't see it, but yeah, it'd be cool. Can't see it. I don't know how.
Would you cry?
No, I won't cry. Single manly tear, maybe. I'd shout a lot. You know what I'm like. Go mental when I'm watching the games. Screaming, and when we were in the pub the other day, and everyone was just staring at me as I'm screaming at a telly at 9 a.m. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so this is I think this is not going to be a bad game.
It'll be
unless Ireland are as good as everyone is saying.
They are that good.
Like I can't even think of right now everyone is thinking of they're so good. Everyone is saying how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even thinking that they're I'm believing it too, that they're just so amazing. I have a hard time thinking of if you had to replace the Irish team with other players from other nations in the Six Nations, who would you take out?
I would take out. Well, it's more about experience than skill at this stage.
Who would you take out? Who would you take out of the Irish team to put someone else from the one other?
Probably no offense to Calvin Nash, he's pretty good, but there are there was better wingers in the tournament.
Calvin Nash for Rio Dyer maybe, or Vandermeer. Maybe
there's other good. I would even I know this is a bit. There's other props as well who are pretty good right now. Not that Ty Furlong or Porter are bad, but there's other ones.
Those guys are clutch. They're playing.
They're pretty
great.
good, actually. No, that's probably a bad choice.
You're not taking out Dan Sheehan for anyone.
No. No, maybe you got a point. Maybe you got a point.
You could take up probably Peter O'Mahony.
He's such a leader, though, isn't he?
He is a leader.
Yeah, he's such a leader. It's like when people talked about Alan Wynne Jones, he's he's a bit overrated. It's like, no, you have him there because he's the biggest, shoutiest leader on the field. You know?
I would say there's better players, though. Yeah,
there's probably some better centers as well in the tournament. Henshaw's good, and Aki's good.
Yeah, but who would you replace them with?
Elliot Daly, the ultimate utility. I'm joking.
That's how good this Irish team is.
No, they're really good. I think what I'm saying is they're such a good cohesive team that it's hard to identify individual weaknesses, isn't it? Where other teams who are underperforming, it's easy to spot those weaknesses. Someone in Ireland could have a bad game, and you might not notice it because the team played so well.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm saying. But no, you're mostly right. Yeah,
you could take Jack Crowley. Can probably replace.
But I love watching him grow and learn and be amazing at rugby. I wouldn't want to take him out because it's so exciting to watch him.
I think a guy like George Ford would do really good in an Irish setup.
You think so?
The way he plays?
I think he's a bit too slow in distribution, though. Ireland like really quick distribution from 9 and 10, don't they? Yeah. Not that he's bad. He's just it's a different style, isn't it? He's very kick strategy, pin a team in position, right? Whereas Ireland love quick ball at the ruck, getting it to pods who are just smashing up the field, But they have a good kicking game as well. They don't have a lot of weaknesses right now, do they? So,
I was thinking about the other day. I was like, who would I take out?
Yeah.
And I can't think of
No, I think them, South Africa. Yeah, it's those two who are the best in the world right now. So that's why that summer tour is going to be great.
And All Blacks too. Those 3 teams.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount the All Blacks.
Those 3 teams can beat each other on the day now. That's what it's kind of turned into, which I think is kind of exciting.
I think it's exciting. I'm a bit sad that France aren't in that talk right now, though, because I was really excited for them to be, in the same position as Ireland.
They actually have fucking World Cup hangover.
They do.
I just don't think that the drive, they just don't care anymore.
I was watching Bernard Jackman talk about it, and he said that the vibe in France isn't the best. He's talking about the kind of staff and the back room being a bit off kilter at the minute.
Yeah, because there was
very
so
French,
much hype and so much growth for that World Cup, and then it just came all crumbling down. I think I think they're I personally think they're having a problem.
I feel
caring. They don't care.
It's sad, isn't it? Because someone like Dupont, who's in his prime, he's like, I've left France in a good position. He puts his backpack on, goes on his bus for his world trip. He goes to Thailand, comes back, and the house is on fire. And he's like, what the fuck's happened, boys?
He's got his Walkman on.
I thought we were good.
His fucking peanut butter and jam sandwiches on the bus.
He's got long hair and friendship bracelets, and he comes back with a tan. Like, what the fuck, boys?
Yeah, it's gone for just a fucking summer.
For 10 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But they've got some injuries as well, though. Is it Ollie Vaughan? He looks like he might be out for a wee bit. Aldrit, sorry, yeah.
Well, we'll talk about them when we get to them.
We've gone off track, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
All right.
That's fine, though.
That's good.
It's all rugby.
We said it was going to be very predictable this weekend, which brings me to the least predictable game of the weekend.
Scotland, England.
Scotland, England. That's the one I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a game.
I have no idea who's going to win this game.
I don't either. It's really hard to call. I think it's in Twickenham, right?
No.
Oh, it's in Murrayfield?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in the Murrayfield. It's in the fortress there.
The fortress of Murrayfield.
Yeah. So that
this is a battle of very different styles of play, and I'm excited to see it.
It is, and I think, man, England got to have their defense sorted out by this game.
The mega blitz is coming.
The mega blitz
shut us down, Wales down, pretty effectively.
So they're going to be all over Finn Russell.
They're going to smother him. I can see a Toje flying out the line to smash him. Yeah, but Finn Russell knows when to play deep, so you might even play a bit deeper. Gas them out by making run at you, and then have runners ready to kick over the top. That'd be cool.
I think you have to prepare. You have to prepare yourself when you're watching this game that Finn Russell's going to be a ghost.
Yeah,
they're going to shut him down as much as possible.
I think he thrives on that though,
and
he loves that when people come for him.
If Scotland are going to win this game, they're going to have to win it without him.
Yeah.
So, he's going to be playing and stuff, but they're going to be.
Everyone else has to step up.
Everyone has to step up.
They will, though. Yeah. Playing England in Murrayfield, they're going to be up for that one.
Because they have to step up. I don't know.
You got to predict, though. You got to make a prediction. So do I.
Holy fuck!
I'm going. I'm going to go England.
You're going to go England?
I think that blitz is very impressive. The mega blitz they're working on. I think their kicking strategy is going to be effective, and they're going to pin Scotland. Scotland are going to panic, try and run it a bit, which they're good at. But I think England want them to do that. They're just going to smother them. They're going to put them in the place with George Ford's kicks, and they're going to use their blitz defense to force some errors. But that's what I see happening.
Kinghorn is back.
Oh,
and he's on fire. So the kicking game is going to be really competitive too.
It is.
So they're going to be on lock.
Yeah.
They're going to be Scotland's going to be firing all cylinders.
They're going to be up for this.
Right?
Yeah.
Their back line is going to be
that's a sexy back
full
line.
Power.
You're talking about replacing Irish with other. I would put Scotland's backline in instead of the entire Irish backline. That's what I would do.
I wouldn't.
Maybe not 9.
Yeah, but so they can't. England was putting a lot of pressure on the Welsh with their kicking.
Yeah,
but I think it's going to be a different story in Scotland.
Yeah, Finn Russell is the man. He knows how to deal with that. We were so inexperienced at 10. We were floundering, weren't we?
And Kinghorn was who does he play for?
Toulouse.
Toulouse, yeah. And he is playing like a different player.
He is. He's come alive in Toulouse, and he was good before that. Yeah, I love watching him there.
So they're going to have him at fullback.
Yeah.
And
I feel bad for who did they play at fullback? Scotland. He was actually pretty good.
He got injured. I forget his name too.
I forget. Anyway, he was good. Whoever that was.
That good.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he was dealing with. Anyway, Kinghorn's good. I'm excited.
Yeah. So. Yeah, on both ends of these teams, there's going to be a lot of what they were being exposed at in the previous games.
Yeah,
they're solidifying for this one. So yeah, if Finn Russell can open up this defense though.
Yeah,
because he's going to be ready for it. He's probably just watching the shit out of that defense.
He's doing topless press-ups in the mirror right now.
Yeah.
Psyching himself up. You
Yeah.
got this fun. You
Yeah.
beat those scrawny English
So
dogs.
if he can manage to like crack that defense, because it's
Yeah.
not 100% yet. It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
But if they're not on their A game, yeah, I think I could see Scotland like slipping through.
Yeah, and I think England's bench, they've just got more depth, haven't they? Like, Scotland have got such a good A team, but I think if it's a close game at 60 minutes and England bring on some big, powerful replacements, they can smother Scotland into submission a bit.
That's how I think that England, if it stays close, if it's a tight game, I think England can squeeze it out.
Yeah.
But if Scotland come out, right
Playing
out
that
of the,
sexy backline rugby.
and then start putting some points up early,
Yeah.
and can maintain a lead.
Yeah.
Because England are going to grow into that game. They've been growing.
They grow
each
into
game
all the games. We were beating them pretty happily in the first half when we played them.
because they're depth.
And I knew at halftime England going to come back.
Yeah.
And we need to weather that, and we didn't.
So Scotland have to put up a hefty lead to supplement their lack of depth,
Yeah.
and then survive the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But if it's close, oof.
Do you know who'd be good in this game? Zach Mercer. He would.
Yeah, he would be
He
good in
would.
this game.
What are you gonna do?
So
What are you gonna do?
yeah, I'm gonna say, holy fuck, I'm gonna go Scotland's gonna win this.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that because I like a little bit of disagreement with this. And I would love Scotland to win. My Celtic brothers up north, but I'm just saying England because of the power game, the strategy, the replacements.
I just think that they're not afraid of England anymore.
No, I don't think they're afraid of them.
And they're at home.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
they've got pretty much a healthy team.
Yeah, they do.
So I can see this. Yeah, I think Scotland are going to come out hard, and I think England are probably going to pull some shit penalties like they've been doing.
Yep.
And kind of shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Scotland by...
You mean the same Scotland team who gave away 16 penalties against Wales?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, Scotland by 13 or 12.
Wow. I'm going to say England by like 3 points. I think it'd be close.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with here.
I'm going to put that in my spreadsheet. That's exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you actually put it in?
No, I will.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will.
And then on Sunday, the big game of the weekend, the games.
Yeah, the Blurs against the other Blurs. Yeah, whatever.
Italy's heading over to France.
It's going to be messy, silly, stupid, and France are going to win. That's what I'm saying. It's just going to be a hot mess of a game, and France will win. And everyone will look back at it and go, were they playing rugby? People are just going to be flinging the ball around like lunatics. There's going to be a brass band on the field during play for some reason.
Fucking Harlem Globetrotters.
It's going to be mental. And there's going to be a point where Italy are ahead by like 3 tries, and then France, Gail Ficou will score a hat-trick or something. It's just, and everyone's going to be like hammered drunk on the field. I don't know. I'm just expecting a hot mess of continental rugby.
Italy to get an ass pounding.
Okay. Why?
They're just going to, they don't look good.
They just don't, do they?
No.
They can stay in the fight now a bit better. Like, they can hang on for about 60 minutes.
Like, France aren't the best France right now, but they're still
they
good.
got something. Yeah, they're still good. I feel bad about saying it's going to be a hot mess of a game because they just have such quality. They just haven't turned on yet this competition. And I think they're going to be pissed off. I think Galtier is going to be screaming at him like, you better hammer Italy this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Because his job could be on the line.
I think his job's already on the line.
Yeah.
So he needs to, Galtier needs, he doesn't just need a win. He needs a convincing win for this one.
Like a structured France of World Cup time win.
Yeah. He needs to fuck Italy over. He needs to fuck them up.
Yeah.
You have to fuck them up.
Like Ireland comprehensive win style.
Yeah, or he's going to be handing out resumes.
Yeah.
Because I know, what I've been hearing in the media and stuff, people are out for his head.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. But normally the French media are pretty brutal. I can understand their frustration though. You go from being a really good looking team in the World Cup to kind of floundering in this tournament. The standard dropped significantly. And there's no excuse for that at this time.
It feels like they're just like the French are just all emotion.
And
right?
I'm sad about that.
Everything's there for them to be successful, but it depends on how they feel.
Even Sean Edwards, who is very hard-nosed, disciplined, structured, in a few interviews I've seen, he looks like the French is getting to him. He's just looks
miserable.
He just looks confused and tired and upset, and it's like, what is France doing to you?
Yeah, it's sad to see that state. It just maybe the drive's not there.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll show up 2 years. Are we going to go into? Because I remember when I first got into rugby, France are kind of that up and down team.
Well, that's been the cliche for 20 years. Which French team are going to show up, and they kind of put that to bed the last few years. But it's creeping back in all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I don't like inconsistent
like
France. I was
gone.
enjoying consistent, dominant France.
Christmas is over.
Ugh. Yeah, I know. The hangover's here, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still saying France will win.
Yeah, I'm calling France too. There's not anyone that's gonna call Italy.
No, you're
Drake,
just stupid.
Drake. Drake's gonna be on TikTok.
Yeah,
I just put $5 million on Italy.
Kiss goodbye to your money, you fool.
It's the fucking worst bets ever.
Yeah.
I know my Italian boys are gonna take it home. Let's score some goals. I love soccer. It's just like doesn't even know what he's betting on.
Forza le bleu. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's the calls for the weekend. I'm excited.
I mean, yeah, I'm always excited for Six Nations. I'm not sure I want to watch the Wales Island game. I know
Why?
I'm just too emotional.
Oh,
I just hate seeing us lose, and there's been a lot of losing recently.
This is a game where, yeah, Wales are going to lose, but
yeah,
you still got to be there for them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've got to support.
Yeah,
even if it's in your living room.
This is the year of good effort.
It is so far so good in terms of good effort as well.
Yeah.
So we'll continue the good effort.
Like they've lost every game so far, but it kind of feels like I think the whole mood around the team is not.
It's positive.
Yeah.
You've got to remember.
No one's angry. Like
no.
You know, like when Wales were losing and they had all their guys in there, like they were getting like sliced up in the media.
And rightfully so. Well, we've had big experienced teams and we've always been slow starters in the Six Nations. Yeah, we're rightfully pissed off because we were really good and winning Grand Slams. And when we had a slow game, it's like, where's the standard?
Yeah.
Right now, it's like we've kept games close against teams who should be hammering us. So I'm pretty proud of that. There will be a point where my mask slips a bit and I'm go, can we just get a fucking win, please? But right now I'm still in the... I'm buying into what Gatlin said when he asked for patience. You know, this is a young team. Give them time. They will be good. I believe him. And that guy's got unlimited cash in the bank, right? We know he's good. We know he can do what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, he's a proven coach.
Exactly.
It's not like you're not going to take him serious.
We named a gate after him in our national stadium. Like, we've got faith, you know?
It's not like an Eddie Jones.
No. And he's not an asshole. Like, he's an asshole to everyone else, but he protects his boys, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He tells them when he's proud of him. Like, he's a loving father, you know? And, like, if other people come for him, he's like, no, fuck you. They're awesome. Leave them alone. Have
he is
patience.
like their dad. They look at him like he's their dad.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Who was I saying that about the other day? Who was really, like, fatherly? I don't know if you know the Ospreys coach, but Toby Booth. So whenever he's in press conferences, he's like a really proud father because he's got this team of young up-and-comers and he's so proud and loving and like I would go to war for that man. And same for Gatland, you know. I'd ride into battle next to that man, you know. I've got so much faith in him.
See, that's why you got to watch.
I will. I'm just being dramatic. Yeah, of course I will. I'll just be sad at the end a bit.
Put your hand on your heart.
Yeah.
Sing your anthem.
Yeah. Always do. You know me. I'm always there.
That's where you got us. That's where you got Ireland beat. Right
oh,
there.
yeah. The Passion.
Yeah, the anthems.
The AI written anthem of Ireland.
Yeah.
Although that little boy singing it was class.
Yeah, if he shows up again.
Oh, yeah. That's that. Yeah. They figured out a way to make their anthem exciting. Have cute little boys singing it.
Yeah, you need a boy to come out there and just like destroy the.
Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring out a primary school choir of children. It's like, fuck you. There's a bunch of children singing it.
Yeah, they should have had that kid just doing every anthem at the World Cup. Would have been better.
Do you know what I was a bit scared of? Is you know how in like American sports, they'll have like a celebrity sing it and everyone just watches and listens?
Yeah.
I much prefer the entire crowd singing it and
too.
The passion coming from the crowd. In America, they'll have like some celebrity singing it and going, and the land of the free. And it just ruins it. It just totally ruins it. Like, I love the passion. Sing it normally. Sing it passionately. Which that little boy did, to be fair. But I don't want it to creep into bringing celebrities in to sing it for us, you know?
Yeah, but in the United States, they love their anthem.
It's a great anthem.
Yeah.
I like the US anthem.
They sing their anthem at everything.
They sing it every morning, I think, don't they?
Yeah, like every single sports game.
Yeah, do they sing it all together, though, or do they have like a person do it for them?
They have a person, but everyone sings in the crowd.
Oh, I just can't hear them, though. It ruins the atmosphere. I want to hear the crowd reverberate in the stadium, you know?
But like every game, no matter what it is, they sing the national anthem. Yeah. Oh, their anthem.
Oh, I believe it.
They're anthem horny in the States.
I like their anthem. It's a cool anthem.
Yeah.
When I was driving down there as well, how many fucking flags have they got? Like, they've got like these 40 square meter flags hanging off every single building.
It's because I think Americans, when they walk like 20 or 30 feet, they forget they're in the United States. So they always got to be reminded.
Wait, where am I? Oh, yeah. It's a nice flag as well.
Yeah.
Very shiny. Yeah.
Colorful. Yeah. But yeah, so, all right.
Okay.
Got off on another tangent there.
We did. That was a good way to finish, I think.
Yeah.
Slagging off Americans.
Well, friends, if you have any questions for us, you can email us at thefriendsofrugbypod@gmail.com. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you read it like an AI.
I want to make it clear so they can hear it.
The Friends of Rugby.
Yeah, I'm being clear.
Gmail.
You know what? I'm ending this podcast right now. Stop this bullshit. Bye, everyone.